guys, welcome back to my channel and welcome to my study. So I think you've seen this before in some videos, but here is a better look. There's our bookshelf, both our desks, my favourite chair in the whole wide world, and a little reading corner. We'll be doing most of today's talking from right here. But first I'm going to make a cup of tea and I'm going to sit down and take you through what I have in store for the year. I'm really excited. It's going to be a really big one. Hi guys, welcome to 2020. This is my first vlog for the year. Sorry I've been a bit quiet the last week and a half. Just, been a bit overwhelmed with Christmas stuff and New Year's stuff. I thought, give everyone a break and we can come back and talk about goals for the year. I've got my cup of tea ready to go. So I think what I'd like to sort of talk about a little bit is where my mindset is at for the coming year. And where I sort of want to be, I guess, this time next year. So I have like some clear goals that I'll take you guys through that I want. But my mindset at the moment is what I'm really working on, before we really get stuck into January. So last night, what I did was I went back through my journal, my trading journal of all of last year's trades. And I looked and did I didn't really do back testing of the actual markets. I just went through what I took and the trades that I missed that were within my strategy. And all I did was go through those journals month by month and I re-looked at the chart. So I take a screenshot of the chart of the daily, the 4 hour and the 1 hour. Sometimes I do the 5-minute entry as well if it's important, and to make sure that I got the full snapshot of the trade plus my analysis and the result. So I looked at all of them and I took out the ones that I thought, no, I wouldn't take that today. Obviously over the year I've developed as a trader. They're not trades that I would take today. And so I took them out and I removed those results from my overall returns for the year. And when I did a tally of the year, it actually came out to be a lot higher than I thought and actually was achieving the goal that I've set myself for this year, if that makes sense. So it gave me like a lot of confidence knowing that even how slow the markets were, I think all the fundamental news that was just coming out with no notice, it's still possible to do better than the S&P or better than most managed funds purely by day trading and doing it in a profitable, consistent manner. That was a really important thing for me to see because it's really set me up today and this month and this year to go, okay, if all I did was remove the bad trades and not even take anything discretionary or even take anything more advanced, and I could still achieve what I wanted to achieve. So that's been a really, really good thing that I wanted to share with you guys for. Now, in terms of goals, so I shared with you this a few videos back. I've got a brand new diary for the year. It's already a bit dirty. I hate it when it gets dirty. And it goes through your short-term and long-term goals. So let's start with my big goal for the year. This is the year, and I've said it before, that I want to quit my corporate job and start trading full-time. And I've written out what exactly I need to do that. Now, obviously, there are things I can't control, like how the market's going to be trending or the opportunities that are going to present themselves to me. What I can control is the amount of capital I save this year for my trading account, my consistency, my mindset, my emotions, my skill. So they're the things that I'm really focusing on this year in order to get to my goal. The date for that I've set is October. There's a few reasons for that. Financially, there's some reasons for that with my job that benefits me for working for a bit longer. But we have definitely planned next year around me quitting. So I wanted to make it so that there was something to lose if I didn't get this goal done. There's definitely goals in life that I think you need to just let play out and not put pressure on. This is one of those things that I'm like, okay, I've been trading for 2 years now. I've learned a shit ton of lessons. I'm ready to start seeing the profits of it. So what I've done is, I'm not going to show you because it tells you where I work and how much money I need, but to quit my corporate job and trade full time. That is it. That is as simple as my goal gets. I have a percentage figure of 3 to 5% that I'd like to hit each month on average. So I know some months are going to be potentially break even, no opportunity. Some months are going to be great. And so as long as I can average out over the year a return of that on a 6-figure account, that is my main goal for the year. So at the moment, we're not too far from our financial capital target. My husband and I have sort of savings goals that we're both trying to hit anyway, so that fit really nicely into what we were already projecting for the year. So I'm not too worried about that part of the goal. What I'm more focused on is that consistent returns, that I'm not in drawdown for more, that's unnecessary. So the actionable steps that I've got for that are really, really simple. And this is an interesting thought that when I started writing down the key milestones and the tasks to do within that to get to my goal, it seemed really repetitive, a bit easy, and it made me just think, how can such a big goal, like, becoming financially independent from the rat race, how can it be such a simple step-by-step thing that you do every single day? It should be more complicated than that. But, obviously, as you really break down a goal to its measurable, actionable daily steps, it should be easy, right? It should be achievable for you to do every single day and every month. So my milestones, this is sort of what it looks like, the template. Oh, sorry. That's what it looks like, the template. So, for instance, this is exactly what I've got. Milestone 1, quarter 1 results analysis. All I'm doing is doing a review of my trades for January, February, March. How well did I trade my strategy? Not necessarily focusing on the percentage or the amount, definitely not the amount, the percentage return. My goal, especially for the first 1 or 2 quarters, is to make sure that I'm trading my plan perfectly. Even if you do that, probability suggests there are going to be times where you will be, 3, 4, 5 maybe trades down before you get a positive trade again. That's fine. That's part of the game. But what I'm really needing to make sure that I do well this year is make sure that I'm trading my plan and every trade I take fits the criteria that my strategy suggests, not because someone on social media took it or because my mentor took it. Even he would have a different sort of discretion than me, but to make sure that they're the clean, clear, crisp trades that I would look back in a year's time and go, yeah, I would take that again. And I would take it again and again and again, even if the outcome was negative. So that is what I'm looking for in my analysis for the 4 quarters. The next milestones I have are the savings goals. So, $5,000, $10,000 increments to make sure that we hit our target by October. Once we hit that target, I will have achieved that second part of that goal, which is trading at 6 figures. That is literally it. The last milestone I have is obviously putting in my notice for my job. That is like one of the most exciting moments I think I cannot wait for this year, and deciding on when I'm going to notify them. So that's pretty much my plan. It's so simple, and I think if someone comes to you and comes up with a very complicated system for goal setting, it's probably wrong, because goals are meant to be things that you can action day in, day out. And I think it's actually more important sometimes to focus on those habits than necessarily the end of the outcome at the end of the year or whatever. It's really good to have that vision in your head, but I think you need to be able to know what you need to do today to make that happen. And, if you make it a habit, it'll just happen anyway. So that's kind of how I'm viewing this year. After that, our plan is to move overseas. Now, we're still talking about it. We don't know where we want. We currently live in Melbourne, Australia. And apologies if you sort of see some smoke, because the country's going through a lot at the moment with bushfires. But where we are thinking so far, obviously trading in London has been something that I've wanted to do for many years and can definitely become a reality. However, we want to experience different cultures and different things, and we're going to be going to Christmas with our families in Hawaii. So we thought, why not to make that our first place that we move and live in? So we're still talking about things like that, looking at just logistics of it, also what we need to both be making, whether it's online or Steve's working on his business, things that are free from our jobs that we currently have. So that is our biggest goal together this year, is making sure that we income replace both our incomes before we go away. So there's some pretty big goals, right? Like, they're not small things. There are life-changing decisions that will affect the course of my life and our lives together. And that's why I'm really excited to record all this year for you guys, because I think it's really good that a lot of traders will start a channel or start their social media or whatever once they're consistent and once they're banking huge profits. But I think the value is in seeing someone do it every week and finally get to that point. I have no doubt I'll get to that point, but I want to show that, how it happens, the doubts that I feel along the way, the goals that I've had. And maybe these goals might change. You know, I don't want to change the big ones like quitting my job, but in terms of where we live, and the amount of money we can save this year and the mindset that's involved with trading those larger accounts. I want to record all that, and I want that to be able to help you guys on your journey as well. So with that said, welcome to the year. I will be posting again next week. If you guys have anything that you're interested to for me to talk about, just let me know in the comments below. Other than that, have an amazing last week of holidays for most people. If you're back to work next week, I will be too. So take this week to just reset yourself, find out what goals that you want to achieve for the year, and set yourself up so that it's kind of inevitable that it will happen. See you guys next week. Bye.